Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture. Myself Devananda Rao, working as Associate Professor in the Department of CSE, MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. Today's topic is conversion of regular expressions into epsilon NFA. The first problem, construct NFA with epsilon for the regular expression B plus BA star, B plus BA star. So, the regular expression, given regular expression is B plus BA star. So that I can write R1 is equals to B, R2 is equals to BA star. So, for R1, the NFA will be this is Q naught, this is Q1, Q2, Q1, Q2. So, for R2, I can write R2 is equals to R3, R4. R2 is B, R4 is A star, R4 is A star. So, for R2, NFA with epsilon moves is input is B, this is initial state, Q3, Q4, Q4 is the final state. For R4, the NFA is A star, R4 means A star, NFA with epsilon moves is like this, Q5, Q6, new initial state, Q5, Q6, Q7, epsilon, Q8, epsilon. This is for R4. Next, for R2 is R3 concatenation with R4. So, R3 is, this is R3 is equal to B. So, for R3, next R2 is equal to R3, R4, so that concatenation. R3 is this diagram, then Q3 transition for B, Q4. So, this is no more final state now, epsilon going to Q5. So, concatenating this and this, Q5, Q6, Q7, Q7 to Q6, epsilon, Q8 is the final state, epsilon, Q5 to Q8, epsilon transition. So, this is for R2, concatenating R3, R4. Next, R1 is over, this is R1, this is R3, R4, R2. Next, for R, that means R1 plus R2, R is R1 plus R2, R1 is this one, union case. So, that Q1, Q2, this is no more final state now, Q2 is no more final state. Next, R2 is this, Q3, Q4 with B transition, Q5 epsilon transition, Q6 null transition, Q7 A epsilon, Q8 with epsilon transition, Q5 to Q8 epsilon transition. So, we have to add these two union case. So, create a new final state, that is Q9, create a new initial state Q0, Q0 to Q1 epsilon transition, Q0 to Q3 epsilon transition, Q2 to Q8, Q9 epsilon transition, Q8 to Q9 epsilon transition. This is the NFA with epsilon transitions, NFA with epsilon for the regular expression B plus BA star. So, we have two paths, either B or BA star. Either we can take this path from initial state. By taking this path, by reading B, I can go to final state, or we can take this path by reading B followed by any number of A's, reach it to final state. By reading any number of A's, after that I can go to final state. Next, construct NFA for the regular expression 0 plus 1 star. So, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, the regular expression R is 0 plus 1, R is equals to R1 plus R2, R is equal to R1 plus R2, R1 is equals to 0, R2 is equals to 1. So, for R1, NFA will be is initial state, final state, input 0, Q1, Q2. For R2, NFA is Q3, Q4, input transition 1. Then for R that is R1 plus R2, union case, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, 1, take initial state, Q0 to Q1 epsilon transition, Q0 to Q3 epsilon transition, take a new final state, Q2 to final state with epsilon transition, Q4 to final state is Q5. This is 0 plus 1, but we need 0 plus 1 whole star, 0 plus 1 whole star, so that R star. I will write here final answer for R star. R star means 0 plus 1 whole star. So, this is 0 plus 1. This diagram is for 0 plus 1. Right, as it is Q0, Q1, Q3, Q2, 0, Q4, 1, Q5, epsilon transition. Now, Q5 is no more final state, create a new final state, that is Q6. This is some Q0 to Q2, Q0 epsilon transition, Q5 to Q6 epsilon transition. So, Q5 to Q0 epsilon transition, Q2, Q6 epsilon transition. So, the states numbering may be anything. We have to give unique numbers for the states like Q0, Q1, Q2. This is 0 plus 1 whole star, 0 plus 1 whole NFA for 0 plus 1 whole star. Thank you.